Hi folks, Mark Woods here with Sterling Property Management, and I want to talk to you a little bit about painting today. I'm in a property that just came back to us and it's beautiful. It's absolutely perfect. It's exactly what you'd want until you really start looking at it and then you start realizing, oh, there's a lot of paint issues. This is one of the most common problems we see on a move out, and it hurts us because we have to get this fixed now, and this is going to be at the expense of the tenant. One of the biggest mistakes that we see is people will paint on the wall with a different sheen or a different color. And I don't know how they get all through the entire house and then realize it. And we see that a lot though. And this house is one of those examples. It just doesn't match. It doesn't match. And we know good and well they didn't get it that way. We didn't give it to them in this condition. But this has got some pretty good examples of it. So I'm going to show you a couple. Okay, so let's take a look right here at this little bar area. This is where your feet would go, right? So you can see all of these touch-up paint areas here where it's just clearly not the same color. So when I see someone painting that, it tells me that they really care. They want to fix it, but they didn't fix it. They created another issue for us. You go into a different room. That was in the living room. There's a bunch of examples in here that we run into. Big area here that we got to fix that. You know, big spot here. We got to fix this, and this just goes on and on in this entire room. There's several places over here. So what we're looking to do here is match the paint perfectly, and it can be done. It's not always easy, but it can be done. So just because we used what was in the building here didn't mean it was the right thing to do, because obviously it changed. Something's different, and therefore we've got to fix it. If you go to Kelly-Moore Paints, that's where we get our paint, and give them your address. Oftentimes they will have what they used on file, and they'll give that to you in the amount of paint that you need. But you always still have to double check it to make sure it matches, because they're humans. They make a mistake every once in a while. Sometimes our painters will go back 2 or 3 different times to Kelly-Moore to get this paint to match right. And you may have to do the same. I hope not, but you may have to. Here's the rule of thumb. Flat paint on flat walls, eggshell on eggshell walls. Bathrooms are usually eggshell. I'm going to show you this example. See the difference in the sheen here? It's real shiny. That is eggshell. This is the eggshell paint. You can just kind of tell it's real shiny. Versus in the bedroom in here, it's real dull. So that's the flat paint right there. So those are the biggest mistakes that we see. And then the other one is this one where we've used the wrong color. What I recommend folks do is get a small paintbrush, very small. In fact, when I do homes, I have Q-tips. I'm not kidding. Q-tips, because most of the time a spot on a wall is where a nail went in. Well, that nail hole is tiny. So I'll use a Q-tip and just dab that nail hole. And that's all I have. Not a 4-inch paintbrush to cover a little bitty Q-tip spot, because it just stands out less. So that's a really good tip right there, by the way. That's a good tip. So that's pretty common. You can't use a Q-tip on all of it, obviously, but take a look at this room here. This is the dining room. This is a big giant area. We just got to fix this, and we can't let this stand. I hate it, but that's the way it is. We got to fix it. So if Kelly-Moore doesn't match your paint for you, and you try one spot, like I was saying earlier, and then let it dry completely, and then come back and look at it. If it matches, then finish the job. If it doesn't match, then you didn't do the whole house, which is probably what happened here. You can go back and go back to Kelly-Moore and say, hey, this isn't matching. We gotta tweak this. When you do that, you want to cut out about maybe a 2x2 or a 4x4 section of the drywall with an X-Acto knife, and then peel that paper off, and then take that in with them, and they can read that with a computer and just pretty much match it. Those are the things that you've got to do if you're going to take the painting on. If you're not going to take the painting on, then we encourage you to just let us do it. But if you're going to take it on, then we encourage you to follow those steps, okay? And of course, we're always here to help you to answer any questions. Hopefully this video will help you with a lot of that.